Okay guys, here is going to be an unboxing and review afterwards of the Razer Onza Tournament Edition. Now I know you've seen tons of videos about this, and you know, for the longest time I didn't want to get a wired controller simply because, you know, I do play pretty far away from the TV, so I didn't know if it was going to work for me or not. But this one comes with a 15-foot braided wire, so I figured, you know what, let me try it. I've heard some good things, some bad things. You know, one of the things I did here is that the reliability and the quality and the build of this thing wasn't the greatest. So when I actually got this at Best Buy, it was only 40 bucks, and I think that's because, you know, it's not considered a new controller anymore. So I only paid 40 bucks, and I figured, you know what, let me pay the extra $8.99 for 2-year protection. So if this thing does break on me, I can get another one free of charge. So obviously, you know, if you're thinking of buying one, you know, you probably know what the main differences are with this and the regular Xbox controller. But it's got this precision D-pad, it's got the adjustable thumbstick so you can adjust the tension, it's got these hyper response click buttons and they're backlit, so I've heard a lot of good things about that, and it's got a different textured feel. And I think the biggest thing which I wanted to try, I play Gears, so I want to kind of try these programmable buttons on the top by the bumpers. So let's open it up real quick and let's just see how it is. And then I'll also try to give you some feedback based on how it plays. So let's get this thing open. Get the sticker off. That's my son helping me. Okay, pull. Pull. Ooh. Okay, that's fine. Throw that in the garbage. I'm gonna get this thing open with one hand. Seems like it's stuck in there pretty good. So we got that off. Okay, oh, slid right open. Okay. I got it. Try to keep this in shape just in case this thing breaks on me. Okay, so far it's opening pretty easy. One thing I have read about this controller is that you can't put in the chat pad in there, so you have to have, I mean, you can put in the wire for your gameplay chat, but you got to be careful because you can't use certain accessories since there's only one connector. Doesn't look like there's anything in here. Oh, it's probably information, directions, cool logo for gamers, by gamers. Alright, let's check out the controller. Long cable I can see. Pretty long actually. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Pull that down. Okay, finally. Okay, done in the garbage. Okay. Interesting feel. It's got a rubbery texture. Hopefully it doesn't make my hands sweat too much. This feels pretty good. D-pad feels pretty good. Nice response. Feels okay. Your back button, start button go right here. Remap buttons right here. Okay. Okay. Let's get remap left. Remap right. Triggers feel okay so far. Have to play with it, see how it actually is. Okay, and then you got your remappable buttons here. Okay. Then I believe you could turn these dials on the bottom, change the tension. I'm gonna go read the book first. Feel a little different. So let me. Okay, guys, sorry about that. The video actually I ran out of memory card, so I had to start over. But I'm gonna do some on hands of the controller. As you can see, I have it plugged in right now. As you can see over there, it's a 15-foot cord. I have it plugged into my Xbox over there, which is pretty far away from me. Most of you know I play on a big screen. But here's the actual controller plugged in, and as you can see, pretty cool. The buttons actually light up, so that's something that I do think is good. I do play it a lot at night sometimes. One thing I will tell you right off the bat, it's definitely lighter since there's no battery pack. Okay, so it's definitely lighter since it is a cable. A couple of things that I do like. I like the D-pad. D-pad feels solid. That is one good thing. I like good feel, big buttons, easy to do, easy to push. The hyper response buttons do take it's hard to hear, but you do hear some clicking. It's a little bit flatter to the controller, so that does take a while to get used to. But that's okay. I think that's something I can get used to. The thumbsticks, I did turn it a couple of clicks, as you can hear. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so make it tighter, looser, whatever you want to do. Right now I turned it about 7 clicks to make it a little bit tighter from the loosest position. So it's currently how I like it, so that's okay. And here's the remappable buttons. Okay, so what you got to do is, let's see if you can see this. If I want to remap the top button here, remap that, you hold down the button and you push down the button that you want it to remap to. So right now I have it as my A button. Okay, so if I want to change it to B, basically I'd hold down this button, push the B button, and it changes to the B button. So that bumper is now also a B button, but I'm going to change it back to A because that's where I like it. Okay, same thing with the left. I have them both set to A right now because I do play Gears, and obviously the A button in Gears is the button that everybody probably uses the most, at least when you play on default control. So right now I have both remappable buttons set to be the A button. So what I'm going to try to do is, it might be a little bit hard, but show you how it actually plays. But before I do that, actually, you know, as I said, here's the port. You can't put a chat pad in there. You can only put a headset, so it won't be compatible with certain peripherals that you plug into a typical Xbox controller. But it has a good feel. It's rubbery. It is light, like I said, and the cable is a braided cable, so it seems pretty sturdy. So what I'm going to try to do is actually show you how it actually plays a little bit. But basically, how you wall bounce in Gears is it's A button for everything. So this is typically, you know, how I would wall bounce. It's a lot of motion back and forth. Okay, A button, right thumbstick. Okay, I'm not the greatest wall bouncer, so excuse me. But you know, after a while, you get used to it. I've been playing this for a couple of years, so it's basically A button for everything. Okay. Okay, so now what you could do with this controller, which you know, I don't know if I'm gonna keep it for this purpose because I'm so used to doing it this way. You can actually, since both of these buttons are A now, what I could do is just freeze up this finger for the trigger, and I can wall bounce with this top programmable button right here. So here, it definitely has potential to wall bounce faster. Okay, let me try it again. Okay. Definitely potential. It's a little awkward for me because I've been using the A button for so long. But I can definitely see how this could definitely help you wall bounce faster. Just takes getting used to. Okay, this is with the programmable button. It allows you to turn the direction that your player is facing a lot more quickly. So I do see the potential in that. Just tried it playing online, I just couldn't do it. But definitely potential for these programmable buttons. Like I said, I'm used to doing this. like I said, you can tell the speed of my wall bounce is not as fast as probably with the programmable button, but I'm just so used to it, so I just, you know, I don't feel like learning a new way, so I don't know if I'm going to actually keep this controller, but there definitely is potential. Look at this. You can tell right away, movement is definitely faster. I know some people play on Ultimate, that works for them, but I tried that doesn't work for me. But definitely, see? Potential is definitely there. Pretty cool. So, as you can hear, it makes a little bit of a noise. So I am a little bit worried about the durability of this controller. But overall, I think, you know, if there's a lot of features, maybe Call of Duty players that, you know, use the drop shot function. I know a lot of people do get this controller for that. You know, but I'm so used to wall bouncing a certain way. I don't know if I can go back to anything else now. It's not really worth it. Not a lot of people play the game anyways. But as you can see, definitely potential. Maybe if you're new to Gears or decide to get the game and, you know, have trouble wall bouncing, this may be something for you. Let me try this again. Sorry, I'm not the greatest, like I said. It's a little awkward for me. Okay, let's try it again. Oh, just got bodied. So, that's it. That's all I'm going to show you. I basically would have used it for wall bouncing in Gears of War. Like I said, these programmable buttons are pretty cool. The only other problem that I had with the controller is I do find myself hitting the programmable button versus the bumper. So that did screw me up a little bit. And this is the reload button in Gear, so I was getting messed up a lot. Overall, I like the feel of the controller. I like the lights. I like the D-pad. I like the sensitivity of the buttons. And just I think this will take a getting used to using these programmable buttons. And the triggers, they're okay, but I did find that it did bother my finger a little bit because it is kind of sharp right here, and it's kind of long. So it has good feel pulling the trigger. Okay. The only problem I have is that, you know, I felt myself catching the tip sometimes, and it's pointy, so it's kind of bothering my finger. That's the only problem that I had with it. But otherwise, controller feels good. Don't know if I'm going to keep it, but I can see how, you know, if you get used to this thing could probably work out really well for you, especially with these buttons. So, hope you enjoyed. And once again, this is Razer Onza Tournament Edition. Quick review. Like I said, I really don't have much of an opinion, but that tells you the pluses and minuses. Okay, thanks guys, take care.